Awaken your strength, the captivating journey of the Mirabelle tree through the seasons. In the world we inhabit, wisdom often reveals itself through the silent observation of nature. Our story begins with a profound truth embedded in the simplicity of life, that true growth and genuine strength arise from overcoming adversities. This wisdom is illustrated through the life of a Mirabelle tree, whose life cycle teaches us to be patient and resilient. A Mirabelle tree, growing from a tiny seed into a magnificent figure, experiences many stages. Initially hidden and invisible beneath the earth, the seed already possesses everything necessary for its future unfolding. The urge to reach for the sun is strong, despite the darkness surrounding it. This first stage symbolizes our own beginnings, where potential and possibility lie deep within us, often unnoticed by the world. Over time and under favorable conditions, the seed begins to germinate. It breaks through the earth, reaches for light, and starts to show its true character. This breakthrough phase is akin to those moments in our lives when, despite difficulties and challenges, we decide to continue growing. As the tree grows, it encounters many challenges, from stormy weather to dry spells. Each of these challenges serves to strengthen the tree, driving its roots deeper into the earth. Similarly, in our lives, times of testing shape our character, sharpen our minds, and strengthen our resolve. When the Mirabelle tree finally bears ripe fruits, it is a sign of its maturity and its ability to endure and thrive. The fruits, sweet and nourishing, are not only a source of joy for those who enjoy them, but also symbolize the fruits of our own life's work, the outcomes of our efforts, and the legacy we leave behind. This audiobook aims not only to entertain, but also to inspire. It invites every listener to draw parallels between the life cycle of the tree and their own life experiences, drawing strength and motivation from them. Chapter 1: The Hidden Beginning. In the dark, beneath the nurturing blanket of the earth, begins a small story of great significance. Here, in the hidden, unfolds the first chapter in the life of a Mirabelle tree, a chapter that starts with a tiny yet determined seed. Deep in the earth lies the seed, surrounded by darkness, yet within it slumbers the potential of an entire tree. Unaware of the world above, its future is yet unwritten, but deep within, all the information it needs to grow is stored. In this moment of silence, it begins to dream of the surface, of light, air, and freedom above the earth. The urge to push through the dark soil upwards is overwhelming. It is a struggle, a breaking through barriers which requires much strength and endurance. Yet, this first crucial step is vital, marking the beginning of a journey that leads the seed from darkness into light, from isolation to the world of living things. Just as the Mirabelle tree starts in this hidden chamber beneath the earth, we humans often begin our greatest growth from a state of invisibility or retreat. It is a gentle yet powerful start, laying the groundwork for everything that follows. While the seed rests in the dark, a remarkable process begins. The moisture of the earth, warm and nurturing, envelops it, and slowly, the seed begins to swell. This is the first physical hint of impending growth. The shell of the seed softens, making it receptive to the nutrients in the soil. In this delicate moment of transformation, the seedling begins to use the energy stored within. This energy comes from the nutrients gathered during its maturation in the fruit. With this power, the seedling begins to drive a root. Delicate yet purposeful, it pushes through the surrounding earth, searching for hold and further nutrients. At the same time, in an act of extraordinary determination and driven by a deep biological imperative, the seedling stretches its shoot upwards. This tender green shoot is the first to break the surface. It reaches for the light it has never seen, but instinctively seeks. It is a critical moment. The first true foliage unfolds, capturing light and beginning photosynthesis, the vital conversion of light into chemical energy, which will enable the tree to continue growing and thriving. Each of these steps is a silent yet immense effort, not only determining the growth of the tree, but also its survival chances in a world full of challenges. Like the Mirabelle tree struggling through the dark soil, we too often need to overcome obstacles in life to reach the light of our own goals and dreams. After the shoot reaches light and unfurls its first true leaves, a period of intense growth begins. These leaves are the first real factories of the tree, converting solar energy into vital nutrients needed for its further growth. The roots, now firmly embedded in the soil, expand their reach, drawing water and minerals from the deeper earth, stabilizing the tree in its juvenile phase. As time passes, the tree forms a stronger, more robust main root that serves as an anchor, while smaller roots spread out to create a network that supports and nourishes the tree. Concurrently, the trunk grows taller and becomes thicker, a necessary adaptation to bear the growing load of branches, leaves, and eventually fruits. As the tree gains height and strength, it also begins to develop its own resilience against environmental influences. Young trees are particularly vulnerable to weather extremes such as strong winds and frost. But with each endured event, the tree becomes more resilient. It literally learns with each storm to solidify its structure and to respond more flexibly to natural challenges. These early years of the Mirabelle tree are full of challenges but also full of triumph. Each new season brings new lessons and new opportunities for growth. In spring, the awakening with new leaves and blooms heralds the cycle of reproduction. In summer, the full foliage not only provides protection but also maximizes vital photosynthesis. In autumn, the falling of leaves helps the tree conserve energy during the winter when food and light are scarce. These recurring cycles prepare the tree for its ultimate goal, the production of fruits, which not only symbolize its maturity, but also its ability to reproduce. And so, the first chapter closes with a foretelling of what is to come. The tree is about to bear its first Mirabelles, a sign of its advanced development and a promise for the future. Like the Mirabelle tree rising from the darkness of the soil and fighting through the earth towards light, we too are on our own journey of growth and self-discovery. This first vital step of the tree reminds us that every beginning, no matter how small or invisible, holds the potential for greatness. The unfolding of its first leaves, capturing sunlight and converting it into energy, mirrors our own first steps in the world, where we learn to utilize our resources and evolve. The tree's roots, digging deep into the earth to stabilize it, resemble our own roots in the community, which provide us with support and enable us to remain steadfast during stormy times. And as the tree grows in strength and resilience over the years, so do we with our experiences. Every obstacle we overcome and every storm we weather strengthens our own resilience and prepares us to reap the fruits of our labor. These early years of the Mirabelle tree, full of challenges and triumphs, are a metaphor for the youth and early adulthood of humans. Each new season brings new lessons and new opportunities for growth. In spring, the awakening with new ideas and plans. In summer, the unfolding of our full potential. And in autumn, the letting go of the superfluous to conserve energy for times when fewer resources are available. The cycle of growth and renewal that the Mirabelle tree undergoes each year is a powerful metaphor for our own life cycles. It teaches us that after every period of rest follows a phase of renewal, and that we, like the tree, always have the potential to bloom and thrive, regardless of the challenges we encounter along the way. In the silence of nature, we find a reflection of our own inner landscapes, and in the story of the Mirabelle tree, a parable about perseverance, growth, and the relentless beauty of life. Chapter 2: Through the Seasons. The Awakening of Spring. As the chill of winter subsides and the first signs of spring make themselves known in the air, a new chapter in the life of the Mirabelle tree begins. It is a time of gentle awakening, as every branch, every leaf, every root stirs from its winter slumber. The buds, tightly closed during the cold months, begin to loosen, driven by the warming power of the spring sun and the promise of new possibilities. In this phase of renewal, the Mirabelle tree undergoes a transformation that starts deep beneath the surface. The roots, which rested in the earth all winter, now stretch out and search for fresh nutrients released by the melting snow. These roots, forming the foundation of the tree, are not only vital for its nourishment, but also for its anchoring in the earth. At the same time, a tender spectacle begins above ground. The first flower buds prepare to bloom. This act of blooming is not just a visual spectacle, but also a crucial moment for pollination and subsequent fruit development. Each bloom that opens attracts bees and other pollinators, whose dance among the petals is vital for fertilization. This first growth phase of the Mirabelle tree mirrors deeper human experiences. Just as the tree renews itself in spring, We humans often use this time for a fresh start, for new ideas and new projects. It is a time when we shake off the stagnation of winter and start future endeavors with new energy and hope. Summer growth and development. With the onset of summer, the Mirabelle tree reaches an aesthetic peak, the spectacular flowering period. The tree's branches are covered with white blooms that shine in the sun, dressing the tree in festive attire. This splendor attracts numerous pollinators, especially bees, who feast on the sweet nectar. This natural festivity marks not only the beginning of the warm months, but also a time of abundance and the celebration of nature. After this initial festivity, the flower petals begin to wilt and eventually fall off, making room for the growth of green leaves. These green leaves are the powerhouses of the tree. They maximize photosynthesis and utilize the long days to gather energy needed for the growth of the fruits that develop from the fertilized flowers. This transition from the aesthetically pleasing white blooms to the functionally important green leaves reflects a significant transformation that also occurs in human life. Just like the tree redirects its resources to promote growth and maturity, we humans also use phases of visible success to do foundational work that secures our future. The tree's summer resilience is tested by environmental factors, such as strong winds and occasional storms. These challenges are comparable to the difficulties people face during times of intense growth. The tree's ability to withstand these conditions inspires us to demonstrate perseverance and resilience in our own efforts. Thus, the summer phase of the Mirabelle tree not only shows a time of visible growth and preparation for the upcoming harvest, but also a time of adjustment and preparation for future challenges, a lesson deeply rooted in the cycles of nature and human life. Autumn maturity and preparation. The transition into autumn brings a time of maturity and harvest for the Mirabelle tree. The green leaves begin to transform into a palette of bright colors, a last flare before winter. This color change signals a slowdown in photosynthesis and the start of preparations for the cold season. The fruits of the tree, the golden Mirabelles, are now fully ripe and ready for harvest. Their sweet, juicy texture is the result of the long summer months of care and dedication. In this season, the tree shows its full generosity by offering its fruits, which serve as a food source for wildlife and humans alike. The harvest is not just a practical act of food gathering, but also a symbolic event representing abundance and the achievement of goals. In human life, this phase often corresponds to reaping the fruits of our labor, completing projects, achieving career goals, or celebrating personal milestones. As the harvest progresses, the tree prepares for winter. The falling leaves mulch the ground, storing moisture and protecting the roots from frost. This natural blanket of leaves is essential, as it not only provides protection, but also decomposes and adds important nutrients to the soil. Just as the tree gears up in a less visible way for the next cycle of growth, we humans also use quieter periods to reflect, plan, and prepare for future challenges. Winter dormancy and renewal. With the arrival of winter, the Mirabelle tree enters a phase of dormancy. The bare branches and resting trunk symbolize a time of silence and minimal external growth. However, this rest period is not without purpose. Beneath the surface, the roots of the tree remain active, continuing to absorb water and nutrients and strengthening the tree's internal structure for the coming spring. The winter months are a time of conservation and inner growth. For people, this quiet period is often an opportunity for inner reflection and renewal. It is a time when we conserve our energy while simultaneously solidifying our plans and hopes for the future. Just as the tree prepares in the hidden for the next awakening, so do we, ready to start the next growth phase with renewed strength and new ideas. The year ends, and with it comes the promise of a new cycle that will begin with spring. Thus, the circle of seasons closes and the cycle of growth and renewal continues, driven by the unceasing dynamics of nature and life itself. In the stillness of winter lies a subtle power, akin to the quiet presence of the master who dwells in deep meditation. Every branch, every sleeping bud of the Mirabelle tree holds the potential for renewal, a quiet reminder that true strength often grows in the hidden. In the cold and apparent stillness of winter, the tree gathers strength for the coming spring. This time of pausing is an important preparation for rebirth and renewal. Just like the master who dwells in silence, the tree uses this phase to consolidate its inner strength and prepare for the vitality of the new cycle. As spring approaches, the awakening of the tree reminds us that each phase of retreat is followed by a phase of growth. This cyclical nature of life reflects the teachings that after every period of withdrawal and reflection comes a renewal that brings fresh perspectives and new growth. The summer, with its full bloom and maturing of fruits, reminds us that perseverance and consistency lead to visible success. The leaves and fruits of the tree, thriving in the summer sun, are the result of steady care and hard work over the past months. They teach us that the fruits of our efforts often become visible only after periods of intense care and patience. When the leaves fall in autumn, it reminds us that letting go is a natural and necessary process to make room for new things. Each leaf that falls to the ground nourishes the soil and prepares the tree for the next cycle. This natural regeneration is a parallel to the moments in our lives when we must let go of the old to make space for the new. These wisdoms, embedded in the cycle of the seasons of the Mirabelle tree, offer valuable insights and suggestions on how we can use nature as a mirror for our own life cycles. They invite us to recognize the hidden lessons in every life phase and appreciate the constant beauty of renewal. Chapter 3. The Continual Strive. Section 1. The Strive for Light. In the dense green of its crown, sunlight gets caught, dancing and playing between the leaves. The Mirabelle tree, now in its full glory, draws its life force from the warm rays and the nourishing soil. This symbiotic relationship between the sun and the tree is a parable for the human quest for enlightenment and knowledge. Just like the tree needs sunlight to thrive, we humans need inspiration and insight to reach our full potential. In each spring, as the tree blooms anew and bears fruit, it reminds us that growth and renewal are continuous processes. This tireless regeneration is a reflection of our own life journeys, where we constantly seek new ways to improve and refine ourselves. Section 2. Roots and Resilience. Deeply anchored in the ground, the Mirabelle tree withstands the storms and dry periods that challenge it. Its roots, firm and extensively branched, secure its stability and access to vital resources deep beneath the surface. These roots are not only physically, but also symbolically important, as they teach us the significance of deep, firm connections to our community and our values. As the tree endures and grows under adverse conditions, so can we learn to cultivate resilience within ourselves. Every challenge we overcome strengthens our character and deepens our understanding of life. It teaches us, like the tree, to remain flexible, yet firmly rooted in what is valuable and important to us. Section 3. A Home and a Source. A fully grown Mirabelle tree offers not only fruits, but also shelter and sustenance for numerous living beings. Birds nest in its branches, insects find refuge in its bark, and the shade of its expansive crown provides protection from the scorching sun. Each aspect of its existence contributes to the ecosystem in which it stands. This coexistence reminds us of our own role within the communities to which we belong. It teaches us the importance of generosity and being there for others, a principle deeply rooted in human culture. By giving without expecting a return and by sharing space with others, we strengthen the network of life that surrounds us. Section 4. The Continual Growth. As the tree reaches upward, it not only reaches for the light, but also for new opportunities to unfold. Each new leaf and each new fruit is a testament to its ability to regenerate and renew. In human experience, this corresponds to our constant search for personal and professional growth. We strive to expand our skills, acquire new knowledge, and broaden our horizons. Just like the tree continues to grow, we should also strive to never stand still in our development. Section 5. The Importance of Patience and Time. A Mirabelle tree does not bear fruit immediately. It takes years of care and patience before it produces its first fruits. This patience is a virtue that the tree teaches us. In our own lives, this lesson reminds us that not all goals can be achieved quickly. Some dreams and aspirations require time, perseverance, and steady effort. Appreciating the process itself, not just the end goal, is essential for a fulfilled life. Section 6. The Harvest and Sharing. When autumn comes and the tree bears its fruits, it is time for the harvest. This phase of the harvest is a time of giving and sharing. The mirabelles that the tree produces not only serve its own species' preservation, but also nourish the animals and people who consume them. Similarly, it is our responsibility to share the fruits of our labor with others and contribute to the community. Whether through knowledge, experience, or material goods, sharing our harvests can help enrich the world around us. Section 7. The Rest Phase and Hidden Growth. Winter brings a time of apparent rest for the Mirabelle tree, but beneath the surface, life continues. The roots, deep in the cool earth, continue to gather vital nutrients. This quiet period of gathering and strengthening prepares the tree for rebirth in spring and reminds us that growth often occurs in silence, away from the eyes of the world. Section 8. Cyclical Renewal and Continuing Hope. Each spring brings the renewal of the tree's life cycle, a tireless pattern of growth, blooming, fruit-bearing, and rest. This endless regeneration is a powerful metaphor for our own lives, where each phase, whether visible or hidden, is of crucial importance. It is a process that teaches us to appreciate the significance of each life phase and never to give up hope. Conclusion: a call to mindfulness and action. In the narrative of the Mirabelle tree, we find a reflection on the depths of life, a mirror image of nature that reminds us of the infinite beauty and the continual striving for growth and improvement. Let us integrate these lessons into our daily lives, be mindful in every moment, and enrich the world around us through our actions. These sections in the life cycle of the Mirabelle tree are filled with wisdoms that are applicable to our own lives. They teach us about the importance of growth, patience, perseverance, and community. By observing these natural processes, we can gain deep insights that help us lead more conscious and fulfilled lives. Thank you for your attention. We hope you have enjoyed this journey through the seasons and life phases of the Mirabelle tree. If you would like to hear more inspiring stories like this one, please subscribe to our channel. Share this video to also give others the chance to learn from the deep wisdoms of nature.